I'm Carol Angela Davis with a quick roundup of your financial news for Thursday, April 22nd, 2010. We begin with some news for you in the banking industry. We'll tell you what President Obama is doing down on Wall Street. Plus, we'll tell you about the repossessions and the foreclosures. The news is not good. Also, we have news for you that is good news. Existing home sales are actually up. We'll tell you about that. Plus, we'll look at your unemployment claims. Are they up or down? And then finally today, premium coffee. You're buying more of that. Is that a sign that the economy is on the mend? Stay tuned for the details. We'll be right back.
In America, 500,000 businesses are started each year. What does it take to launch a successful company? Discover the answers as entrepreneur Michael Vedini interviews the area's premier business leaders.
There's no better time right now for anyone to start a business.
Success is opportunity, timing, luck.
I knew that it was going to take a lot of hard work.
It's all about leadership. That's where it starts.
Join us for American Entrepreneur.
I'm Carol Angela Davis. Thank you for joining me for your financial news update. Today, of course, Thursday, April 22nd, 2010, beginning with some news down on Wall Street where President Obama spoke. We want you to know that Obama has caught 5 key principles he wants to see in Wall Street reform legislation. And make no mistake, we have to reform Wall Street right away. They include ending the idea of a bank being too big to fail. Okay, that's just a position of comfort they can no longer have. Also, enacting a rule that limits the risk that banks can take. Plus, making those complicated financial trades known as derivatives more transparent. Also, creating a consumer financial protection agency. And finally, allowing investors to have more say in the compensation that a bank company executive gets. Meanwhile, we should tell you a Senate committee has passed a proposal aimed at helping protect the economy from those future meltdowns and also, of course, protect us from Wall Street bailouts. The Senate Agricultural Committee voting 13-8 in favor of a bill that would impose regulations on those Wall Street trades, those derivative trades we told you about. Senate leaders now looking at merging the measure with the Financial Regulations Reform Bill that has already been passed by the Senate Banking Committee and that is headed for full debate in the full chamber. Speaking of the nasty, dirty dog, low-down, cheating, skanky banks, okay, bank repossessions of homes hit a record high in the first quarter. A total of 257,944 properties were repossessed by lenders. That is an increase of 9% from the previous quarter and an increase of 35% from the previous year, the first quarter of 2009. Foreclosure filings, they increased 16% from the first quarter of 2009. 1 in every 138 U.S. housing units received a foreclosure filing during the quarter. That's so terrible. California alone accounted for 23% of the nation's total foreclosure activity in the first quarter. California is followed by Florida, the second highest, third highest Arizona, and here we are, other states with foreclosure activity totals in the top 10, Georgia, Texas, Nevada, Ohio, and Colorado. Not good. Thank you, banks. The banks should not be allowed to foreclose on your house because you still have to pay that note. Then turn around and take the house and sell it again and get paid twice on the same property. They have got to be reined in so that America can survive, not just them. See, let's hope it happens. Now, we should tell you, though, there is good news in the housing industry. Existing home sales jumped 6.8% in March, with home buyers, of course, all racing to get that tax credit, the one that expires at the end of this month. The National Association of Realtors reporting that existing home sales rose last month to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 5.35 million units. That is up from the 5.01 million units in February. That was the revised rate in February. Sales year over year, for their part, up 16%. Home resales have been above year-ago levels for 9 straight months. Looking at unemployment, there's good news there. There were 456,000 initial jobless claims filed in the week that ended April 17th. That is down 24,000 from a revised 480,000 the previous week. That is according to the Labor Department. Now, jobless claims fell the most in Kentucky, Iowa, and New Jersey. And then it looks like the economy has at least improved enough for you to go back and get your upscale coffee. Starbucks profits surging in the quarter ending March 8th, topping Wall Street expectations, prompting the coffee retailer to boost its forecast for 2010. Sales jumping 9% to $2.5 billion, beating analyst expectations of $2.4 billion. We should tell you, and I'm sure you already know, over the past 2 years, Starbucks has cut its costs at its closed stores, hundreds of stores, It has laid off workers, it has overhauled its food menu, and it has adjusted drink prices. The changes finally took hold last quarter when the company reported a profit that quadrupled its earnings from a year earlier. So the economy looks like it's improving, but if we don't take the banks to task, we'll just be in this situation again. Those are your stories, your financial news stories. I'm Carol Angela Davis. See you tomorrow.